So this company, ADC Batteries, reached out to me and said, hey, we'd like you to review our battery. Now, given my history of being pretty tough on batteries, this has to be a good one, right? They just sent it to me and said, we make a video about it. So, let's see if it's a good one. Here we go. Let's take a look at the Amazon listing real quick. So for this 16 amp hour battery, it's listed for 80 bucks, has 4.5 stars, so pretty good ratings on there. Let's take a look at the capacity test. So it did pull capacity. 16 amp hour battery, looks like we got 16.5 amp hours. As far as the helix factor, when we hit 16 amp hours, we had 11.6 volts, so well above that helix factor I like to point out. So it does come with a little information pamphlet. Has all kinds of good stuff in it. Nominal voltage 12.8, max discharge 16 amps. Now I did do the freezer test on this guy. Low temperature charging protection, and it does not have one, so ice fishermen, be aware, this does not have low temperature charging protection. Let's hop over there to the workbench and take a closer look at this battery. Here we go. Now one of the things I do really like is just about all the information that's printed in their pamphlet is printed on the battery. All the BMS functions are printed right here on top. So it looks like we have overcharge voltage cutoff, over discharge voltage cutoff, over discharge current cutoff, short circuit protection, and cell balancing. Looks like we can hook 4 of them in series and 4 of them in parallel. So overall, lots of really good information on this battery. Pretty excited about it. So this battery does not come with a lithium charger. I used this charger. And the reason I like this charger is because it has these big alligator clips, and they're really tight, so they're not gonna fall off on accident. This is like a $20 Amazon charger. I'll make sure to leave a link in the video description for it. If this battery pans out, I'll leave a link for this battery too. Now, one thing about those links, if you buy this battery or anything else with those links, that sports channel, we get like a really tiny percentage of the sale. Let's do the short circuit protection test. I still haven't fixed my jumper from the last one. It melted. I'll leave that link up here in the corner. That was a Dakota Lithium 23 amp hour. Didn't go so well. Now, as far as I am concerned, this is the most important test, safety wise. You know, these things, there's so much energy in these lithium batteries, and this is just so important to prevent fires and for safety reasons. And it is amazing how many of these I've come across that do not have short circuit protection. It's just nuts. So what's supposed to happen is internally, the BMS, the battery management system, is gonna open the circuit. So let's see if it works. Oh, look at that. Awesome. This is what it should look like. This is consumer protection. 0 voltage. Let's check out the build quality of this guy. Well guys, it's time to void the warranty. If you're new to my channel, that's where we open this thing up, check out the build quality. Essentially, we void the warranty. So, here we go. Hey, if you're new here and you like what I'm doing, you want to support the channel, consider subscribing. It really helps us out. Make sure you hit that like button too. Okay, here you go. ADC battery, 16 amp hour. First look in there. Oh, this is gonna come right out. Oh, look at that. No cock. Bunch of padding here. Gosh, it almost looks like if they had less padding and a few more cells, they probably could have got more capacity in here. Look at this. I've never seen. They got wire wrap to protect that wire. That's pretty cool. Don't really see that in batteries this size. Okay, so we got silicone here These terminals are bolted down, so we got silicone to keep those from backing off. That's good. Well, that stuff does not want to let go. So you see this padding here is right on top of that heat sink on the BMS, and with I'm gonna tear that label off with it. With a battery this size, probably isn't that big of a deal because you're not pulling that many amps. This heat sink's not gonna get very hot. If they were to do this with their 100 amp hour, then I'd be a little bit more concerned because you want that heat sink to dissipate that heat. We're not pulling a whole lot with this, so probably not a problem. I see they pull a little bit of adhesive on their balancing connection right here. That's great. That's not gonna work loose. They did solder their wires to this BMS, which again, in a battery this size, you're not pulling a whole lot of current, so that's not really gonna get that hot. I don't have any problem with soldering to BMS on smaller batteries. One thing I really like is that they have these cell holders in here. So the cells, the battery cells, they're not touching each other. I feel like that is very important because you're gonna have different potential on each grouping here. Now, one thing I do want to point out that I really like what they did here with these balance leads is these balance leads are positive. The case on these cells themselves, underneath the shrink wrap, you have negative potential. So what they did, you can see it right here, is they laid down this adhesive strip, double-sided tape looks like. That's gonna, and then put tape over these balance leads. That's gonna lock those balance leads in place and keep them separate from the cells themselves. Not a whole lot of battery companies do that. Really like that in this build. You have cell holders, so these cells are not physically touching. Guys, for the money, $5 an amp hour, this is a really good build. This is gonna go on my recommendation list. If you are interested in this battery, I will leave a link down in the description of this video and in the comments. These wires here, these are 14 AWG. Again, it's gonna be fine for your ham radios. I'm not gonna beat them up about these because you're not pulling that many amps with this battery, or you shouldn't be at least. Yeah, for the money, this battery gets a thumbs up from me. I'd like to say thank you to ADCBATT for sending me this battery, and I have starting to get some more battery companies contact me and send me their batteries, so we'll have more videos on the way. Now when a battery company does that, nothing's gonna change. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion about it. If it's bad, or if I don't recommend it, then I'm gonna put that out there, just as I would a free battery that I do recommend. Excited about this battery. Good Amazon reviews, good build quality, pull capacity, has short circuit protection, does not have low temperature charging protection. Just keep that in mind. But at this price point, I'm not going to beat them up about that. Now, if you want to see another battery I recommend, hit this video right here. If you want to see a battery that, yeah, you just hit that one right there. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. See you on the next one.